and I'm having a beer, and that's something I shouldn't do either. I'm just to clear that up in this video. This is not something I'm not. This isn't like a pro drinking video at all. I'm making this maybe in a sense because I also want to get to a level where I don't need to have a drink after work. But it's kind of difficult, and I'll tell you guys why. So in this video, I want to talk real quick about bouncers and drinking, or at least speaking more from my own experience, watching other people work, and also, for myself. Basically, since Corona started, I started a YouTube channel, and I stopped going out, because all the bars were closed, so there was no bouncer work. All the gyms were closed, so I couldn't even train, and therefore just started the YouTube channel. That said, I decided to quit smoking cigarettes, and I decided to quit drinking alcohol because most of my smoking of cigarettes and most of my alcohol consumption was really done occasionally. Even though, I smoked cigarettes every day, and I pretty much drank only in the weekends, occasionally, but when I would drink, I would really go out and drink all night and dance and all this kind of things. So pretty much I took a long break from that in the sense that, I didn't really work the doors for a long time. Pretty much the entire time that I've had the YouTube channel. And so basically I also didn't drink this long. I may have gone out just a few times. I think I could count them with my hand in 2.5 years, the amount of times that I've actually gone out. So it's really, really very, very few. But the thing is, you go back to bouncing and then, I actually had my doubt, am I actually gonna feel like having a drink at the end of the night? And I did, honestly. At the end of the night, after all the little almost fights, adrenaline rushes, telling people to leave, not letting people in, and watching the cops arrest people and slam people and all these kind of things, watching the fights from the other bars, people being thrown out, and just being constantly aware the entire night of what's going on around you. It's just a rush if you do your job right and you actually enjoy it. Just getting ready to work is a rush. Being at the door is a rush. The whole thing is a rush. That said, I never ever drink when I'm working. I only drink coffee, water, and sometimes Coke. Only things that keep me awake. And I hardly miss anything. Even people tell me, oh, you see everything. I'm like, yeah, of course I see everything. That's my job to see everything, And one of the girls at some point came up, because I needed to help her throw away some things, some bottles in the glass trash or whatever. And anyways, she was telling me she has all this experience and all this and that. I'm like, oh, I have a lot of experience. I'm like, okay, well, you look very young. How old are you? Because I thought she was 22, 23. Turns out she just turned 18. Talking about she's been having a lot of experience. I'm like, well, what, you started working the bars when you were 10 or what? She kind of didn't find that funny, because she's a kid, she's 18. But it was kind of funny. Cute girl too, very polite. She only speaks English, doesn't speak Dutch. But the point is, she only been working 3 years. So she basically has experience from when she was 16 years of age. She started working a bar or whatever. So not that much experience as she thinks. But at some point throughout the night, she walked up and asked me, she's like, well, don't you get bored? I'm like, I'm never bored at my job. She's like, how can you not be bored just standing here? Because I'm not just standing here. I'm looking around me, watching everything. And I'm always expecting the worst to happen. And she kind of gave me this look I was like, there was a shooting here 2 months ago, right? I told her. Apparently she didn't know. She's like, what, right here? I'm like, yeah, right there where you're working, someone got shot at 2 months ago. Why do you think I'm here? Why do you think I'm wearing a bulletproof vest? Do you think I'm just standing here because just to stand here? Why do you think I go back and forth from this club to the other, from this bar to the other bar all night? Why do you think I come here when it's busy and I go to the other bar when it's busy and I go back and forth when it's busy on both sides? She was quiet, I wonder if she's coming back next weekend. Because when she closed up there, she did show up to the other bar to ask if anybody needed help. So who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if she does come back. Actually, she looks like the type that will come back. But yeah, that said, drinking is just why drink again. That's the thing. Like at the end of the night, out of all those rushes throughout the night and all that, I'm just my energy is still really really up. Like by the end of the night, like most people are tired when they finish their shift. I'm still like going because I'm still like having my kick from the night, I guess, and so I kind of need a downer. Like I need to like have a drink or a beer, So and I don't do any drugs or nothing, so I don't be sniffing nothing up my nose. I don't be doing none of that shit. I only have my coffee, my black coffee, my water, and sometimes a Coke. Back in the days, I used to drink energy drinks, but I stopped doing that because I just know too many people that have died from heart attacks from drinking too much of that stuff when they work at night. So I don't touch energy drinks, and if I have a Coke, I make sure it's just one. And I shouldn't even be doing that, to be honest. But the point is, I worked this weekend. I worked 2 nights, and I had 2 beers at the end of each night. Right at closing time, had 2 beers with the owner, with the rest of the staff. They had a drink too, and they said not more than 2. But now it's Monday, and I just felt like going out the door, and I just felt like having a beer. So now I'm having a beer at like 5 p.m. by myself on a Monday, which I haven't done this since I was working, or since Mexico. I think since the last time I was in Mexico. But it's a trip because I'm not really like addicted to alcohol. I've never been. It's just in my case, I can speak for myself. It's just purely to calm my nerves down a bit and to stop thinking a little bit about everything that happened in the night, because I go over it in my head. Like everything that happened throughout the night. How many enemies I may have made or not made, the people, also the positive things, friends I made. You're just thinking of all these things, new people you've met, what it's gonna be like next week. Just too many thoughts about the whole thing, and then you get flashbacks from other things that don't even have anything to do with even Holland. Like I'll be getting flashbacks from Mexico, from other things, and it's just being back in the bar life. I honestly didn't even know if I had it in me anymore to do this again. I have my doubts. I even told my girlfriend, I have my doubts if I can do this still. She's like, what do you mean? Well, with the YouTube channel going well, and I'm also teaching private lessons, so that's also going okay. But it's like, with all that going on, it's like, am I really gonna jump in the middle of something when something goes down? Like, I don't know if I'm just gonna stand there and watch. And turns out that I still just have it in me. It's just in me to do this job. So it's still got it, I guess. And as far as any fights, we haven't really had any fights yet in the time that I've been there right now. Just outside, other bars have had fights. I've been able to prevent everything up until now before it happens. So getting rid of people before they cause problems, or just stopping it before it happens, seeing it before it happens, or just letting people know you're there works like 99% of the time anyway. So it's just a matter of just being there most of the time and just being aware of everything and people knowing you're there. Most of the bouncers I've met drink, like most of them. Even the good ones. I don't think I've really met anyone that didn't like ever have a drink. I'm trying to think of one bouncer that I've met that didn't drink at all. No, like even the ones that didn't drink like right after work, they would at least drink at home, or they would, because I would ask them if I was having a beer with a bunch of bouncers and there was ever one of us that wasn't drinking, that was still drinking like Coke or just whatever, some non-alcoholic drink, and I'd ask him, hey, what's up? You don't drink or what? He'd be like, yeah, I drink, but I drink when I get home. So either they're lying or they actually drink when you're at home. But I've never met one bouncer from everywhere I've worked that didn't like drink or smoke or both. So smoking cigarettes is not something I'm gonna go back to. But right now I'm having a beer, and that's something I shouldn't do either. I'm just to clear that up in this video. This is not something I'm not. This isn't like a pro drinking video at all. I'm making this maybe in a sense because I also want to get to a level where I don't need to have a drink after work. But it's kind of difficult, and I'll tell you guys why. When I've been standing there already for a few hours, looking at everything, it's pretty draining. When you're talking to people, not letting people in, it can get pretty draining. So if I'm already a little drained, and then 1 o'clock hits, 2 o'clock hits, and people just start to come in all of a sudden. It starts to get busy, and people that might start trouble start to come in, and immediately the adrenaline kick for people coming in and something may be happening already wakes you up a little bit, but you almost need that extra caffeine or that extra kick to actually really wake you up, so you can actually really be at 110% like you were when you first got there in the beginning of the night. So that's where the coffee comes in. I'll get like a black coffee, and I won't put sugar in it. I won't put no milk in it. Just downing like a black coffee, and that gets me right up. That together with the adrenaline, like I'm back again, and maybe I'll have a second one at 1 o'clock in the morning, and maybe I'll even have a Coke after that. If I can avoid the Coke, I'll avoid the Coke. Coca-Cola, I mean, not actual Coke. Okay, not the drugs. I mean like a Coca-Cola from the bar, like a drink. I'll do that. And then, but that's the thing. If we didn't close the bar at 4 or 5:30, I'm still going. Like my adrenaline is still going a little bit. The dopamine is still going. The caffeine is still in effect. So if I don't have like a beer, then it's like, then yeah, then I can't relax, and I'll be awake until like 12, 1, 2 p.m. or something like that. That's it. I'm gonna have my second one. I just finished this one, and yeah, till the next video, guys. I guess. Catch you later.